Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse Rebirth, and today we're going to be opening up this huge Darkseid. Now if you were pre-ordering this, he was listed under the name Death God, but 108 Toys is the studio, but you can see here, they put it right on the box. Darkseid, 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 Darkseid. Now my box is a little crumpled, but the shipping box looked just fine when I received it. You can see right here, that's a pretty cool picture of him. Looks like it was taken straight out of the Snyder cut, but it's actually the toy. I mean, this thing looks like it's gonna be incredible. Right here on the back, we got some more Darkseid, just 108 Toys. Let me go ahead and get this bad boy open. I noticed right as I opened this, he comes in custom statue foam. If you've ever bought a custom statue or a fan art, you know it comes in this foam. And wow, this guy is massive. He's beefy. He is absolutely everything. Wow. Wow. So right away, we got an extra head. We got just 4 extra hands. And look at this thing. Look at how big this is. This thing is literally taller than Batman. Look at Batman compared to this guy. Just huge. So, we got our staff. We got a fist, and a fist, and a staff hand, and probably another staff hand, so you can decide. These hands are massive as well. Very cool. Some veins, some texture. They look good. All right. Whoa. Wow, he is cool. Our Darkseid head. He does look like they could have glued that head in there a little better. I'm sure this was a 2-piece thing. Oh, whoa. So, look at that huge cave in his chest. Wow, did not know that could come off right away, but it is magnetic. Let's see here. He's actually leaving behind some pieces in here too. So we got basically our gauntlets here. Let's go ahead and get him out here for you to see. This guy is huge and his joints work well. Wow. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's going to be hard to deal with. We got his fiery eyes for his Omega beams. That fits right in there. Oh, okay. It will hold, and his little skirt will probably hold above it. Oh, this head's pretty cool. He looks a little plain. I would say he could use a paint job, so to speak, but I mean, they did a good job on him. I mean, all this weathering effect and everything, I think he's good. He looks good. We can put these on him. So they just came off in the box. They're not like they hook on, they just are held on with these massive forearms that he has. Like I said though, his joints are so nice. Wow, even his feet, his legs, He is naked under there. But look at how big this guy is. I do wish, with a guy this big and heavy, they should have gave us a really nice base. That would have really brought this figure all the way around. I think a really nice base, just so you don't have to worry about him. See, because his joints are so movable. He does stand. But I think a good base, something that went straight up his little skirt and just held him there. Oh, this guy's massive though. And when we put the right hand on him, he's gonna look even cooler just holding that there. These Omega Beam eyes are pretty dope though. I do like that with his, wow. Let's see here. So you can see him shirtless. Guy's a monster. He's huge. It does almost look like, though, that his arms are more textured than his chest is. But, I mean, that's a small complaint. He is very cool. This guy is huge. Oh, look at this. He even has that wound still. How cool is that? Wow. I don't know what else to say, but this guy is awesome. I really dig him. Huh, you can see how they put this together. So this was cast in 2 pieces. This back part. This part up here is soft so that you can fit it over him, and they glued it right in here. You can see this is where it was injected in. We got 4 magnets here, and we got 2 magnets up here. One of them actually came off. These are strong magnets. We'll have to just pop some glue right on that one. Let's make sure that's the... Oh, yep, you see that? That thing just pulled it right away, but that's good. I mean, it's gonna hold it. They just needed some stronger super glue. But you can see how it goes together. Ah, it fits nicely. Very, very good seam line for something like this. I mean, look at this side. You could almost not even tell that was there. Oh, this armor looks very good. Wow. He is very cool. Now, you know, I'd have to rewatch it, but I almost feel like, because looking at the McFarlane one from here, he's got very blue armor. I feel like he has a shade of blue armor in the movie. Maybe that's something that could be done, though. Paint him up that way. I'm a little scared to take these hands off. Yeah, that seems like something where I'm going to want to heat him up. Just because you pop a hand off like this wrong, I mean, that's kind of, you're kind of done at that point. And I do, yeah, you'll want to heat these up too. I kind of wish that this staff came apart, maybe here or up here, to where you could just slide his hand on and he could hold it. All right, guys, so I glued this in and it's going to be an amazing fit. Pretty excited about it, but I started pulling on his hands just a little bit and popped right off. The right hand doesn't hold it as well as the left hand, and actually I didn't heat anything up. I just held the hand, I mean with a blow dryer, I just held the hand in my hand for long enough that it warmed it and I was able to fit it right on. I noticed as I was taking his head off, which the head off comes off pretty easy too, but these eyes light up. How cool is that? I really dig the Omega Beam eyes the most, but I figure we'll continue with this for now. Now he does have a bit of a gap, like Karen was saying, between where his skirt and everything hooks to his legs and his chest, but as long as he's leaned forward, you can even put his belly all the way up to this seam here. It looks a little funny in the back, but I mean, if you're posing him, he looks really good from the front. I don't think you're going to care what the back looks like. And then I noticed while I was messing with him, obviously when his feet, before they had attached his feet, they just slid these on, like every part of him. Like it's armor on top of the body, which is really cool. I do wish his head, like I wish it could sink down a little more just for that back part, but as cool as he is like this, I'm going to put his armor back on, and while I was messing around with him off camera because I didn't want to eat up all your time, check it out. He still has that axe cut right there, right in his armor. Really dig it. Let's see how easy this all goes back together. Slides right in. And what's cool is with his head having that extra room, you see how his armor slides up in there? Very nice fit. He is designed to be wearing that armor, and I think his armor coming off is a big plus, but I think with it on is the coup de grace. And it does fit very nicely. This side shows a little more, but I mean that's just a tiny bit. Now I was thinking we'll do a fist, because I picture Darkseid always being pretty angry. At least Zack Snyder's Darkseid. I know. Ugh, right on. Comic book Darkseid's pretty chill, and he keeps his hands behind him most of the time. Very good. Ooh. He just feels massive. Come on, Darkseid, stand on your own. Maybe if we... Oh. He looks a little stiff there, though, huh? Probably... Well, I'm standing behind him, but... That was a close call. As you can see, he needs a base. And that might be where a custom base is going to need to be implemented. But as you can see, how big this guy is. Perfect scaling. I think it looks really good. It's dead on. Just like I was saying, Prime 1's Darkseid, I assume that thing, because I haven't ever looked at its measurements or anything, I assume it's as big as a 1/3 statue compared, or I mean a half scale statue for the 1/3. Just because that would look about right, him and Steppenwolf. I always thought it'd be really cool to have a Darkseid and on one side of a TV and Steppenwolf on the other side. But I'm going to have to get Superman up here with this guy. You know, I actually have the Justice League Superman, and I never got around to opening him. I actually think he's right here, right next to me. Yeah. So we'll have to get this guy open up here with him. We have the black suited Superman as well. I also have Barry Allen down here. And we have a Barry Allen that is... so we have the Flash hot toy. And then we have a Barry Allen in his like civilian clothes, and then I just got in Victor Stone in civilian clothes pre-Cyborg, so I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, we just keep getting Justice League figures in. You saw, well, if you haven't seen, we just got this Bruce Wayne in. And it's when he sees Aquaman, well, when he's going to go down and talk to the village about Aquaman. Really dig that figure. You know, I was kind of distressed over his like tummy in the video, but once you have him like up and everything, it's not as noticeable as you think. I think I was just so thrown off when I first seen him, because you're so used to all these figures having like a generic buff body, even though Ben Affleck had some weight on him there. But this Darkseid, I mean, I'm already planning on getting the Exiled Terror, which if you don't know, that's Steppenwolf. And I'm going to get both of them. I'm going to get the ugly Joss Whedon one, which I assume was Zack Snyder's actual design that was going to go, because I mean, they redid it with that concept one. I have a feeling that Zack Snyder, with Zack Snyder's Justice League, he had the benefit of seeing what everybody hated and what everybody attributed to Joss Whedon. And trust me, I'm fully on the Zack Snyder camp. I wanted to release the Snyder Cut probably more than almost anybody. But, well, some of you guys were diehard about it, and that's amazing. But, I feel like he had basically like hindsight's 2020. He got to watch what failed through people's reactions. I know he said he's never watched it, but he was able to see the things people were complaining about, and then basically be like, oh, I don't know what that is. I never did that. But it makes you wonder, that design that went through a Steppenwolf, if that was like okayed by him for production, and that the other one was just a dope concept. And Steppenwolf looked badass, but that armor is like insane. I don't see how that would ever work, but I get it. These guys are on Apocalypse, and they're, you know, completely different technology. But I mean, Darkseid's armor is kind of like that, but I mean, Steppenwolf's armor is like tiny little bladed things all over the place. This guy is dope. I mean, just look at how huge he is. Like, you really get this sinister feeling from him. Yeah. I think we'll do the Omega Beam eyes, just because I think that's going to be the way to go. And I do dig him holding this staff. However, if you have him near a wall, you might have to have it turned a little bit. His hands do not grip it as tight as I wish they did. I guess that looks pretty good. But, you know, for as much as I do these videos, one of the crazy parts is while I'm doing them, I never see the front of the toy as much as I see the back of the toy. You guys are always the ones seeing the front of the toy, because I don't want to be just showing you the back of him. So, right here, we got Todd McFarlane's Darkseid, and you can see very blue, very blue. I do think this is an excellent sculpt. I actually like the way he looks and the muscle proportions and the stuff for him. With time, his staff had went limp to one direction, so now he's holding it the other way to try to even it out. I do wish McFarlane's accessories didn't feel like they were 90s toy accessories most of the time. I think having a nice solid, I know this is, but it's just like maybe reinforcing it with something inside of it. But I did think this was an excellent sculpt, and I like the things they did with him. But you can even just kind of see he's a big McFarlane. He's a mega fig for McFarlane. You can just, I know I just want a size comparison, everything with this guy, but it's just because he's so huge, and it's so cool because he's 1'6", he's massive. He's literally as tall as the 1/4 Boba Fett. I can see Boba Fett from here, and they're the same height, basically. But, yeah, I don't know what else I can say. I think this figure is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And actually, I've only ever sat all the way through Justice League, Snyder's Cut Justice League once, straight through. I have watched scenes over and over again, but to sit through the whole movie it's almost like an achievement. But this has me wanting to watch that movie again. When you look at that Queen Studio statue where he's standing on Steppenwolf's head, I mean, that would be a pretty cool base to get a head. I mean, he can't lift his leg very high because of his armor, but I don't know, to get a head and put it under him might be an idea. But he's gonna have to have a base. We're gonna have to make him a base, and he's gonna have to have something to hold him up, because as it is, I do not trust him to just stand somewhere like on a shelf or something, and he is too tall to fit in a DTOF without having one of the levels taken away. But yeah, he's gonna need some assisted standing for sure. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This figure, I mean, there's small little complaints I have about like how this head doesn't meet up right, and Karen and I talked about it, and we're actually gonna just fill in those cracks with some epoxy, and we'll paint them and make it look like it doesn't have any, because we think that the head's placement, like, he needed to be sanded, and I think instead of ripping the head out, it'd be easier just to kind of fill him in a little bit. But even as that goes, I'm actually probably going to keep these Omega Beam eyes on him, because I absolutely love the way they, you know, how they look activated. I do kind of wish that the light would carry up through them, but who knows, maybe with the lights off. We'll have some shots of that, but even this head could benefit from having a little bit of epoxy. And I don't mean glue. I mean, it's epoxy sculpt. It's almost like it's a two-part epoxy that looks like clay. And when it hardens, it hardens. But you can put it in there, you can sand it, you can do anything you want. It's paintable. So that's actually what we'll be doing to fill those. Maybe I'll do a video showing you how he turns out after we do that. And we'll get some, you'll definitely see this guy coming back. In the Superman video, we'll have him with both Steppenwolfs. We'll have to get him up there with them, just because he is definitely dope. Let me see. No, he's not even tall enough to stand on his own head. Or, I mean, his leg can't lift high enough to stand on his own head. But, I mean, with armor, I mean, this Batman can't even put his hand above his head. Any other Batman, I mean, Justice League Batman can't put his arms down. You got to go in and rework everything. But this toy is definitely excellent. Now, I know I said Batman Forever, Batman and Robin would be next, but this guy just came in, and I could not wait to see him opened. I've been waiting for this guy for a while. The minute he went up, I pre-ordered him, and I couldn't be happier. Let me know what you guys think. Please subscribe. Share this video with anyone that loves Justice League or DC. Anyone that's debating on these. Anyone who doesn't know what custom figures, unlicensed figures, I guess you could say, are. Maybe show them this. Let them know that this is out there, because I really don't think Hot Toys is going to be doing it anytime soon. It did feel like Hot Toys was really going to start making like some things to go with their Justice League line. At least they put up a Cyborg, and that new Bane is insane. I will say that what they're doing, going back and fixing things, love that Bane. Absolutely love him. But I don't think that they'll be doing things like this. I miss the days when they experimented, like the Leonidas with the full rubber body, and I wish a Xerxes was with him, but we never got that. But let me know what you think of this guy down in the comments. And as always, guys, keep buying toys.